Today, the Bassline Festival will host the Africa Day celebrations at the Constitution Hill with a lineup of top artists. Some of these headliners include Lira, Maleh, Lelo Whatsgood, amongst others. The festival also announced the addition of the DanceAfrika stage, which will see Tamara Dey headlining along other international DJs and musicians. Tamara is currently pushing her new DJ and vocal brand and is touring the length and breadth of South African gigs. And she's currently in the studio working on new music in the Afro tech and tech house genres. She joins us now to tell us more about her set later today and more about her music expansion. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Oh, it's such an honor and a privilege.
Thank you.
I mean, you are originally the first lady of Kwaito.
Yes.
So, Tamara, you've literally lived through and experienced the evolution of the South African musical landscape.
Absolutely.
Over the last 2 decades.
Yeah, and what a journey it's been. I've been blessed to be in the game as long as I have, and just ride the wave of the phenomenal genres and music that have come out of this country, scenes and styles, and I've seen such amazing things in terms of our rich music industry here in SA.
Yeah, what are some of the most significant changes that you've observed during your, 24 years in the industry?
I think from a musical production perspective, I've watched artists just grow and elevate in the most phenomenal ways. We really are on a level with the rest of the world. Frankly, I think we always have been. I think we've also always brought something that no other artist or no other sound in the world, has. We've always had something incredibly special. But I've watched as producers and as artists, I've watched, our artists rise and elevate in many ways. And then, and seen new genres birthed along the way, and been able to witness that and be a part of that has made my journey so incredibly exciting. I've always been a multi-genre artist, with dance music kind of being at the core of most things I do, but to be able to ride that musical wave along with the rest of the country over the last 20 years has been unforgettable. And I'm so proud of where we're at. I'm so proud of how as South Africans we've embraced the digital age. It's so wonderful to see so many independent artists breaking through and doing so incredibly well. And it's in the DJ world, it's so phenomenal to see such incredible female DJs. Just the DJ industry has always been heavily male dominated, and to see the incredible female DJ brands out there around the world and in South Africa, that really excites me.
Yeah.
And
now you're officially one of them.
Yeah.
You are officially one of them.
Happy to be, excited to be. Yeah.
By the way, I have to agree with you when you say that South Africa has always had a very special blend about it. I think
no other.
We do have this digital era probably to thank for how far music is now able to travel. Yeah. Talk to me about your transition into the life of being a DJ.
Yes, I would love to. I post the pandemic, because we'll use that as a benchmark, I had been working on my solo music. I had at the time decided I wanted to explore some new disco house. It was my sort of response to the struggles we'd all kind of gone through. I wanted to make music that was very uplifting and full of hope and excitement, and was flamboyant and would remind us of our fabulousness and how awesome life is. And I explored that for a while and recently released all that music. It's all available out there, and released a few singles, but I became a little frustrated at the time with what I was seeing out in the scene. I feel like a lot of our sort of little subcultures and subgenres struggled to come back post the pandemic. Small venues that we all used to love, around Joburg and Pretoria, a lot of them sort of died away. And we were left with some sort of big, more commercial spaces. And I felt like the sort of more underground music scene took a bit of a knock. And so I was sort of out there also as a fan, just not getting what I needed musically and what I wanted to hear on dance floors. And that was a big reason I felt like I needed to be playing the music that I knew I wanted to hear and so many wanted to hear and weren't hearing in some spaces. And I wanted to be a part of sort of the rebuilding of those subcultures and subgenres that I know South Africans know and love. And so that was one of the reasons. Another reason was that I used to have a band called Flash Republic, and I've grown up, I spent 20 years in DJ boxes singing with, some of the most amazing DJs we've had. I got such an education over the years in terms of dance music, and really got to live that life.
Yeah, actually, let's talk about some of that education, because you completed a 3-year musical theatre diploma.
I did, yes.
So in what ways did this educational grounding input into your artistry overall?
In a huge way, and in a huge way. I think talent is one thing, but to go and study your craft and surround yourself with people who have similar dreams to you and who, it's an incredibly important thing. It gave me the tools with which to create longevity in my career. And for that, I'm so grateful. It kept me grounded. You're surrounded by kids who are just as talented as you are. You're not the main attraction. You work harder. You are more consistent, and you dip into this tool set of reinventing yourself, of being a professional, of working on your craft, of not taking what you have for granted, and all those kids who are going through that process in one way or another are ending up, coming out the other side with that tool set. And I think that's what's helped me really maintain a long and fruitful career, despite, some ups and downs and quiet moments and comebacks. And, I've been able to kind of dig into that tool set and really continue to reinvent myself and propel myself forward in various ways.
And so you've done it beautifully.
Yeah,
that you certainly have.
And I'd recommend it, in whatever form, even with the DJing. I knew I wanted to, I started late in the game, so I knew I needed to get, really good really quickly. And I studied, I did a beginner's course within Unison, and then I went on to do a pro DJ course with the DJ and Music Production Institute. And it was the best thing I could have done. It was such a good investment. I got to spend a lot of time on a professional DJ setup. I've got my little controller at home.
I think a lot is to be said about investing in upskilling ourselves and in educating ourselves so that we're able to then grow and even in your case expand into other areas. Now, with South Africa having 11 official languages, your music has been described as the unofficial language because you've somehow managed to just cross through the cultural barriers, the language barriers, the racial barriers. What's the secret?
The secret is that the love that is in music is something that connects us all. And if you are connected to that and to your purpose and to a passion for people, and the joy, and tapping into the joy that brings, that togetherness, that the way it brings people together, then all that other stuff sort of fades into the periphery, like it just fades away.
Music is a universal language.
It just fades away, and the focus becomes a very different kind of energy. And that energy, if you're investing in that energy, beautiful, beautiful things come from that. Healing. The healing we all need, like that so many need from everything we've gone through as a nation and as a world. It's all that healing and that togetherness and that understanding that we're all human and it's all there.
Music has the power to unite.
Exactly.
In the same way that sport does.
I think because that's always been the focus for me, I haven't, I've just blinkers on, immersed myself in that energy, and it's allowed me to go to places and have experiences that I would never have had. And it's allowed me to be part of something important, and which is bringing people together and changing people's perspectives and changing people's minds and having people rethink the way they think about people and about race and about, these narratives that we obviously have. And so at first, I didn't do that consciously. I was just, on that journey. But now I can look back and see how incredibly valuable it was and continue to kind of do that in any way I can, yeah.
Now, very briefly, today is Africa Day, and yay, you will be featuring at the Bassline Fest.
Yes.
Talk to me about that, but especially the newly added DanceAfrika stage.
Yes.
Very briefly, what can people expect from today?
Well, so thrilled that the team at Discover TV and DanceAfrika pulled the stage together. It really is going to showcase some of the cream of the crop of our DJs from across the country, and some international DJs as well. Fine from Australia are going to be on that lineup. Pablo Lindell from Western Engine. I'm honoured to be closing the stage just before Lira goes on the other stage. I'm going to be playing this beautiful Afro tech set with a couple of little sneaky vocals weaving in and out. My saxophonist is joining us. What I'm loving with the DJing is just being able to play all the genres that I love. Afro tech being one of them. I also play tech house and new disco. But to play in that space and create new moments off the cuff and just bring a vocal in unexpectedly. Just what a pleasure as a creative to be able to dabble like that. But the DanceAfrika stage is offering an incredible lineup. I'm on between 7 and 8. And then, just like everyone else, I'll be running across to the main stage because my very good friend, Lira, will be playing with her band on the main stage.
Sounds absolutely incredible.
I actually spoke to her last night on the phone. We spent quite a bit of time together post her stroke. I get goosebumps talking about her because her story and what she's been through
is just incredible.
Is so incredibly inspiring. And I just said to her on the phone last night, babe, we are the love that we are all sending you is so immense. And she was saying to me, babe, I feel it. She said she's been getting messages and love and support from everywhere.
And we send her our love, and we're going to have to leave it right there. Thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you all of the best with your performance.
Thank you. The tickets are available at Ticketmaster, and come and join us later, everyone.
There you have it. That was musician, band vocalist, DJ Tamara Dey.